Psalm chapter 134:1. Behold, bless ye the Lord, all ye servants of the Lord, which by night stand in the house of the Lord. Lift up your hands in the sanctuary and bless the Lord that made heaven and earth. Bless thee out of Zion.
That's right, man. So we want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Yahweh being the true name of the Most High, the Heavenly Father, the one true God, Bahashem. That is how you say in the name of or through. And Yahushai, that would be the true name of the only begotten Son of the Father. Many know him as Jesus, but his true name in the Hebrew is actually Yahushai, man. So that's how you say their true names in the Paleo Hebrew, which is the ancient Hebrew, which is the Lashon Kodash, the Holy Tongue, man. On a quick shalom meaning peace, added to the 12 tribes, the Black, Hispanic, and Natives, who would be the Israelites today, those who are scattered abroad to the four corners of this whole entire earth, man. To you, we do say shalom. Now, this topic we thought we'd kind of go into today would be concerning the slavery, man. How we actually will receive slaves in the kingdom of the Most High. Right? The kingdom of heaven is not going to be some place in literal heaven in the sky where everybody just is free, everybody has wings, white robes, and it's just peaceable. It's basically like another Babylon the Great, man. Everybody just, all nations, kindreds, and tongues is just
melting pot.
Yeah, it's just a big melting pot again. Well, this is not what the kingdom of heaven is finna be like, man. The kingdom of heaven is finna be conducted in order, first and foremost, and it's gonna go back to its natural state to where all nations are gonna be within our own boundaries, as you would say, you know. And also, the other nations, they're gonna be in subjugation, right? They're gonna be our slaves, because just like we were their slaves, that has to fall back on them. The recompense got to return upon their own head, as the Most High God says, man. The Most High God deals with righteous revenge, you know, called recompense. You understand? Let's get that real quick. Revelations 13:9.
Revelation 13:9. Revelation 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience in the faith of the saints.
He says if people lead people in captivity, they themselves must go into the same captivity. They kill with the sword, and they got to be killed also, man. And that's the faith and patience of the saints. So that's what we patiently wait for, is when our enemies will be under our foot, right? When they will be under our subjection. Because all the hell that they've caused to the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American, I mean, across, even Esau really has caused havoc on the whole entire earth. But really, the ones who are going to get justified are us. So, guess what, man? They got to go in slavery. They got to feel that sword. Everything that they done to us will be done back to them. Slavery is going to be something these heathen got to look forward to. And then a lot of people, you'll ask them, hey, you ready to get slaves, brother? And they'll be like, nah, bro, you know. They're like, nah, I mean, like, you know, wouldn't that make us like them if we, you know? And then they'll be trying to pretty much feel sorry for them, and then feel sorry for us. It's like, why are you feeling so sorry for the heathen, man? What good has they ever done to you? What have they done for you that you should be trying to take their side like that? You know? Hey, you should be ready for these heathen to go in slavery, man, because the scriptures say so. So it's not that, hey, we do to them, well, we're no better. Well, guess what, man? That's the Lord said you're gonna reap what you sow. So these nations will get what they have put out, and every nation on earth, for that matter, has had us in slavery. There's no nation under heaven that has not had the children of Israel in hardcore bondage. The Chinese men had us in the sub-Saharan, the Silk Road, Japanese too, of sub-Saharan slave trade. Them Arabs had us. Who else? The Jewish man funded the slave boats, and he also partook in us in selling and trading us. Africa, Ham, man. These Africans, they are the ones who chiefly are the ones who dealt with Esau with the transatlantic slave trade. They took us, rounded us up, put us on them ships, and traded us with Esau, man. You look at that in the book of Joel? Or do you have something?
Yeah, This is Joel 3:6. It says, "The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem ye have sold unto the Grecians, that she might remove them far from their border." Alright.
So it says the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold into the Grecians. Go up 2 more verses.
This is verse
So we
4.
can figure out who sold us.
It says, "Yea, what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?"
Tyre and Zidon is African nations. Those are Hamitic nations, right? Read on.
And all the coast of Palestine.
And Palestine, the Palestinians, man. Them in this time that was referring to the Africans also, man.
Will ye render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head?
Yeah. So are you gonna get mad at me? The Lord's asking them. Are you guys gonna get mad because I didn't choose you to be the chosen? You know, because they're getting all in an uproar. Well, the Most High says I'm gonna actually return the recompense upon your head, man. Read on.
Verse 5. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my pleasant things, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem hath ye sold unto the Grecians.
So he just said these Africans, they sold the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem, which is the Judites would be the so-called African Americans today, right? And then the children of Jerusalem is really concerning the other tribes. So he said, you took all of us, you sold us to the Grecians, right?
That's right.
The so-called white man. Read on.
Alright. That ye might remove them far from their border.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither you have sold them. and will return your recompense upon your own head.
Mm-hmm.
And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah.
Right.
And they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off.
Hey.
For the Lord hath spoken it.
The Most High said, I'm going to raise up them same captives that you sold to all these other nations.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, I'm going to sell your sons into the hands of the children of Judah. Hey, the Most High said that.
Mm.
That's not, we didn't just make that up.
Right.
The Most High literally just said, these nations are going to get sold into our hands. A future prophecy that has not yet happened, man. You see? So, they're going to get sold. So-called white man and African, out of the mouth of the Most High said they will be sold to the children of Judah, so-called African Americans today. You know?
That's true.
It's like, it's almost just like, it's almost like a reverse role flip, you know? It's like we've been so bamboozled by the so-called white man for so long, right? Esau for so damn long. And it's just like, it's hard to even imagine us being on top of them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a fantasy. If you were like, think of that. They make movies. I believe there's this show called The Cracker, which is a fantasy so-called, but they flip reverse the roles to make it to where Judah, the so-called blacks, were having so-called Edomite slaves or so-called white Edomite slaves, right? It was just a show, right? But hey, that spirit is actually going out in the earth that, hey, this is possible, man. That, hey, we can become their slaves, and that's the one thing they fear. You know what I mean? That's one thing they fear, man. Which I mean, they'll tell you that they fear Israelites, even just the so-called blacks coming together and uniting. Hey, imagine if the black, Hispanic, and Native American came together, united against them. Hey, Esau would be finished, man. That's their worst fear. That's why there's so much of a devil on earth trying to keep us away from figuring out who we are. Because once they know, once we figure out who we are, once the elect is sealed, then the Most High is going to gather us up, that elect, and then he's going to put us in Israel, and it says we will possess the remnant of Edom. You know, let's get that real quick.
For sure.
Amos chapter 9. Right? So the Lord did say that we are going to end up possessing the remnant of Edom. So Esau is going to get judged. Babylon the Great will be put on fire. But you're going to have a remnant who are going to be preserved, right? In their so-called underground bunkers, your elites, your top people who are able to survive such war-type predicaments.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be the slaves, the first fruits of slavery. Go ahead.
So this is, let me see here.
Sorry, I will raise up the tabernacles of David.
This is Amos 9 and 11. It says, Amos 9 and 11, "In that day I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
So the Lord's going to raise up the tabernacle of David. Pretty much like I said, that's just the elect. The elect will get raised up. Then the Most High is going to put us in the land. Then what's going to happen?
That they may possess the remnant of Edom,
Mm-hmm.
and all the heathen,
Mm-hmm.
which are called by my name, saith the Lord,
And
that
he said-
doeth this.
He said that they shall possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathen. Not just Esau. We kind of harp on that a lot. But all the heathen, for that matter, man. We're going to get everyone. They're going to
That's
all
right.
be under our subjection. Okay, whoever is of the house of
That's
David.
right.
And just to prove that, this is the book of Luke chapter 21 and 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So the Most High said that we would fall captive to all nations, man. We'd be led captive into every nation under heaven, you know, and we'd be trodden by them until the time of the Gentiles is fulfilled. So we coming up on the time when their time of rulership is almost up. They're almost about to be kicked up out the rulership seat, and Israel's finna come up on that seat, man, and rule forever and ever and even ever and ever. You understand? Can I get Isaiah chapter 43? Unless you got a precept.
Carl, I want to finish on what
Carl.
you got.
Mhm.
This is the rest of Amos 9 and 13 going on. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treaders of grape him that soweth seed. And the mountain shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. It's like, let me read that one more time. It says, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper.
Who's the plowman? The plowman is the guy who works in the field. Okay, the man who is the slave, pretty much, man. Right, and the reaper, that's the guy who reaps the benefits. Here is not even out there, but he's kind of reaping them benefits, right? So that's us. We the plowers out here in his slavery, doing his
That's
job, building up his kingdom, making it run and everything, working his low minimum wage slavery jobs, and all the jobs for that fact. And he's gonna reap all the benefits, right? You gonna finish up on that?
God. Going on. It says, And the treader of grapes him that soweth seed, and the mountain shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. I will bring again the captivity of my people, Israel, and they shall build the waste cities, and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards, and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens, and eat the fruit of them. And I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given them, saith the Lord, thy God.
So that's, go ahead.
So Khan, when it says that we're going to, I'm gonna read verse 14 again. It says, and I will bring again the captivity of my people. So we're going to be brought out of captivity,
Con.
you know, from the Lord. All right, and they shall build the waste cities. And we know through prophecy in Isaiah, right? Different prophecies in Isaiah. It's not going to be physically us that are doing it.
Right.
Now we're gonna get the
Benefits.
and we're gonna be recognized by it, but it's not gonna be us physically doing it. It's gonna be the strangers. All right.
Just like us, just like America, or really really Babylon the Great is recognized as like Esau's rulership. No, he didn't do a damn thing. But when you think of America, you think of what's that dude? Uncle Sam. Wait, what's his name? I Want You, and you got all really just a lot of their so-called elites, their presidents.
Yeah.
You know, what's his name? I'm trying to fit Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam.
I don't know what the dude is. I kind of forget.
I don't know.
But even though they don't really do nothing, we the ones who build it up. Hey, they still get the recognition.
Con. And it goes on to say, and inhabit them. Okay? And they shall build vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. So, again, this is not going to be us, because let me go to Deuteronomy chapter 6 and, 10 and 6, actually. Let me see here. No, 6 and 10. It says, Deuteronomy 6 and 10. Alright? And it shall be when the Lord thy God hath brought thee into the land which he sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give thee great and goodly cities which thou buildest not, and houses full of all good things which thou fillest not, and wells dig which thou diggest not, vineyards and olive trees which thou plantest not, when thou shalt have eaten and be full. So we're gonna have these different necessities and different things to run, to basically to live and to eat off of, and just reap the benefits. We're not going to be the ones to set it all up, but we're gonna have the slaves to do it. You're gonna have your captives to do, because again the role's gonna be reversed.
That's right, man.
And one more, verse 15. And I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given them, saith the Lord. Because throughout history, we've been pulled up out of our land, man. We've been raped, robbed, and murdered, and scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. Now let me go to Isaiah real quick before you get that. Isaiah chapter 5 and 8, because it said that He's gonna plant us, all right, upon our land. Now let me go to Isaiah chapter 5 and 8. It says, "Woe unto them that join house to house, that lay field to field, till there be no place, that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth." All right. Now, what that goes into is, we look for a continuous city, man, but we don't have one yet. We were Salaki, let me read that again. It says, "Woe unto them that join house to house, and that lay field to field, till there be no place, that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth." Because we're scattered abroad, we don't have a place to just be. We don't have a place where all so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are. So the Lord, He's gonna plant us in the earth, and we're gonna be the rulers, So you got it. I mean, if you want it.
Can you get Isaiah chapter 60? Kind of pull that point. I was trying to see if I can pull this up.
So this is Isaiah chapter 60. And where do you want to start here?
Probably 10. I want to see if I can bring this up out.
10? Alright, it says,
let me see this real quick, bro.
In the sense,
hold up. This is the book of Hebrews, okay? Chapter 13. And I want to get 14, right? Because the brother was saying that we don't have a place yet as so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans where really we can just be, right? We don't have a land that we can go back to, like, as they say, go back to Africa. Well, that's not even our land, man, we don't really have a place where we can just go to where it's just us, and even if you're so-called in other these nations, Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic, well, all these things are ruled over by who? America, so-called white man. They have subjection over those lands. So it's like we don't have our own place that's just us. That's Hebrews 13 and 14. It's like, who else needs that? Who else needs to be saved, right? Hebrews 13:14, "For we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. By therefore let us offer up the sacrifice of God, to praise of God continually. That is the fruit of our lips, giving thanks to His name." So we look for a continuing city, a city that we can actually have rest at, a city that we can build at, man. It can be ours, right? No heathen out there, pretty much bamboozling us through their policies, right? But this is Isaiah 60. This is how our kingdom's going to be built up. Isaiah 60 and 10. "And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor I have had mercy upon thee. Therefore thy gates shall be opened continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that the men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve you, thee shall utterly perish, yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted," man. So it said that the sons of strangers, and the strangers is who? The strangers is these other nations, man. They're going to build up our walls. That's why it says that we're going to possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathen. And they're going to be doing this, man. Building up our walls. Our gates are going to be continually open because we're going to have to go through the midst of all these different nations and gather back up our gold. Because you understand that our like we said in Joel, that he said that these Hamites went into our temple and took the goodly pleasant things like the gold, the silver. Hey, Esau did all that. All these nations have been in our temples, King Solomon's temple. Hey, what happened to all of our gold? What happened to all of our silver? What happened to all of our ancient artifacts? What happened to our, you know what happened to everything, man, that you just read about in the scriptures, man? King Solomon said in the day of his time, like gold was as like silver. Silver was like a stone. They were the richest kingdom on earth. What happened to everything? It got stolen by the heathen. Alright? So we're going to go back in these nations, get everything about, take everything back, go into the Vatican, get all of our ancient manuscripts, get everything back, man. Right? Get all the real paintings and everything back. And we're going to take it back to Jerusalem, man. That's why I said that, it says, therefore thy gate shall be opened continually, and they shall not be shut day nor night, that the men may bring the forces of the Gentiles, and that the kings may be brought. Because they're gonna have to answer, man. These kings are gonna have to answer for everything they've done, man. You know, we're gonna be questioning them with some hard ass questions, and if we don't like the questions, man, I mean, well, you know, it's probably gonna be off with the head,
Right.
unless you're gonna be a good slave, you know. This is verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish, yea, those nations shall utterly be wasted. So, hey, people up in their emotions, well, the Lord said that there's going to be no choice. There's going to be no free will. You're not going to have it's not going to be a choice. If you do not want to serve us, you're just going to be kind of done away with, right? So there's going to be no nation out here that can pretty much have an option whether they want to opt out or they want to serve the children of Israel. No, it's not a choice. It's going to be a complete dictatorship, right? Straight up dictatorship, man. There ain't gonna be no protests. You ain't gonna have none of the slaves talking about we want more rights, democracy. No, man. Try doing that in front of the temple, man. You know, and you try doing that in front of the temple, you heathen, and you guys are gonna pretty much get sent back to the spiritual realm, man, for the second. This is gonna be a verse 13. The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, the box tree to beautify the place of my sanctuary. I will make the place of my feet glorious. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord, Zion, the Holy One of Israel. Whereas thou wast forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, and joy for many generations. Okay? Thou shalt suck also the milk of the Gentiles, and shalt suck the breast of kings. Thou shalt know that I am the Lord, I am thy Savior, and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. See? So straight up, it just said that the sons of them that afflicted us will bend down at our feet, and they're going to serve us, man. Right? They're going to do service unto us, man. Get that from me in the book of Revelations, because they're going to be serving us for 1,000 years. Every nation under heaven will actually serve the Israelites for 1,000 years. All right, and after 1,000 years, these other nations are going to actually be able to go back to their lands, but they still going to have to pay tribute. They're still going to have to keep the laws. They're still going to be ruled over by, because it's going to be an everlasting kingdom. But as far as like hardcore slavery, they just pretty much are subjects. Well, that's going to be for a full 1,000 years, man. And then Esau is the only one that's never going to actually come out. That he's going to actually just be wasted away in captivity, right? You got that? Revelations 20.
Chapter 20. And which one?
Start at where it says, and they saw thrones.
Revelations 20:4. And I saw thrones of they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, of the word of God, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads, or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years.
Gone. So it said, and this is talking about the saints, the Israelites, right? He said that those of the elect, man, who didn't receive the mark of the beast, who didn't fold, man. Okay, there's gonna be some martyrs, but he says they're gonna reign on thrones. Okay, there's gonna be a new rulership. Okay, we already talked about the rulership of the everlasting rulership of Yahushua and the throne of David. Well, that same rulership is gonna rule with Yahushua, and they're gonna get these slaves for straight 1,000 years. But after 1,000 years, like we said, they're gonna be able to go to their lands. But in that 1,000 years, they ain't gonna be bullshitting, man. Right? They're gonna be straight up working hella hard, building up our kingdom, because we still need streets, man. We still need big, tall buildings. We still need everything, man. The whole entire earth needs to be built up. It's going to be desolate after the destruction of Yahweh Shai. So who's going to build it up? We're not. They're going to do it, right? You know, this is the book of Daniel chapter 7, and I want to get 27. The kingdom of dominion and greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given unto the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. So he just said that the kingdom is going to be the greatness of the whole entire earth under heaven, and it says going to be given unto the saints of the Most High. And who are the saints? Get that precept real quick. Right, we're gonna show you who the saints are, man. The saints is not anybody. It's not just it's not your Billy, okay, Bob, who was just a very, very nice guy. Okay, he pretty much went to Sunday service, you know, and he helped old ladies cross the street. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not your saints, man. We're gonna figure out who the saints is.
Psalms 148 and 14. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel.
So the children of Israel are the saints. So the saints will get the kingdom of the Most High. And it's going to be an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey. That's why I said that if they will not, they're going to perish. Right? And you know what I'm saying? You can't really get around these scriptures. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 43. And this one right there. Isaiah chapter 43 and 4. It says, since thou wast precious in my sight, thou hast been honorable, and I have loved thee, therefore I will give men for thee, and people for thy life. Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east, and gather thee from the west. I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back my sons. Bring them from far, and my daughters from the ends of the earth. Every one called by my name, for I have called him for my glory. I have formed him, yea, I have made him. So the Lord said, because we were precious, the Israelites are the apple of the Lord's eye. We were precious in His sight. He says, I'm gonna give you men. I'm gonna give you men, man. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna have you guys have slaves. You know? Can I get that in Psalms chapter 2 and 8 real quick? And the Most High is literally gonna like give us men, like just to be our possession, right? That's how much the Most High, you know, really cares about the children of Israel. You're gonna get everything. The whole entire earth is gonna be ours. You know? That's why He says, I have not seen nor ear heard what the Most High had for them that love Him. Prepare for them that love Him. You know? And you're going to get all type of stuff. Get that real quick.
This is Psalms chapter 2 and 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost part of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with the rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel.
And the Most High literally just said, ask of me, and I will give you the heathen for your inheritance. All you got to do is ask. Okay, all you got to do is pray to the Lord, man. All right, pray to the Most High that He hasten the day, that Babylon the Great fall, and that, you know what I'm saying, you be a worthy partaker in the first resurrection, that you may actually get these slaves. And you're going to have concubines. All these nations are going to be in subjection to you. You're going to have the most, even for men, you're going to have beautiful women, right? You're going to have land that you cannot even see, okay, from beginning to end. It's just going to be going and going. Almost a continent. You might get a continent, man. You know, who knows, man? You might get something very, very great. But you're going to get men. You're going to get all type of men. All right? All type of women. Okay? You're going to be the kings of the earth, man. You're going to have straight power. He said, ask of me and I will give you all that. You know? All you got to do is ask and pray to the Heavenly Father. And really, that's the Most High talking to the Son. Okay? He's saying to the Son, hey, ask of me and I'm going to give you the heathen. Right? So, hey, we're going to get the heathen also under Yahweh Shai. Because I want to get this. This is the words of Yahweh Shai. He's confirming this. Revelations 2 and 25. But that which you have already hold fast till I come. He that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As a vessel of potters shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father. So Yahweh Shai, literally His words, man, written in blood, literally just said that, hey, if you overcome, if you literally endure unto the end, He says, I'm going to give you power over the nations, the heathen, and we're going to rule over them with a rod of iron. Okay, and we're going to dash them to pieces, man. So it's not going to be some happy dandy slavery for y'all, man, for the heathen. No, Esau is not finna get no happy dandy kingdom. I mean, no happy dandy easy slavery. hey, you saw his slavery? Hey man, hey, double that, right? That's what Esau's. He's getting hell.
Mm-hmm.
He's about to get hell. His hell's about to start. And these nations too. It just depends, man. You know what I'm saying? If you are of these other nations who maybe didn't do as much, or you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get your righteous recompense. So if you didn't do much, well, just you know what I'm saying, just stand in your lot, man. But if you Esau, you gotta be in fear. You know, straight fear.
I appreciate it. Yeah, unless you got one.
Now go ahead.
All right, so I want to go back to what I was talking about. That we don't have a what's it called? We don't have that continuous city. I just want to give one more precept on that. This is 2 Samuel 7:10. It said, "Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and will plant them, that they may dwell in a place of their own, and move no more. Neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them any more, as before time." All right, and that's coming back again. You know, now this was in the time of King David, but again we're going to have that land to where we don't have to move, man. We don't have to move out because we'll scatter all over the place. You know, we're going to have a place. I'm gonna read one more time. "Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and plant them, that they may dwell in a place of their own, and move no more. Neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them any more, as before time." So the Lord, He calls the enemies the children of wickedness. He calls the other nations children of wickedness, and and they gotta get their righteous recompense. All right, but let me bring this out as well in 2 Samuel chapter 22 and 44. Now this is a song of David. Okay, this is a song of David. It goes to say later in the song, it says, "Thou also hast delivered me," 2 Samuel 22 and 44. "Thou also hast delivered me from the striving of my people. Thou hast kept me to be the head of the heathen. A people which I knew not shall serve me. Strangers shall submit themselves unto me. As soon as they hear, they shall be obedient unto me. Strangers shall fade away, and they shall be afraid out of their own close places." So the Lord, He's going to have it to the point to where these heathen are going to be afraid of you. All right? But like He said, first and foremost, you're going to be the head of the heathen, right? And a people that you don't know, you're just meaning strangers, they're going to have to serve you, okay? They're going to have to serve you. And if they don't want to serve you, off with their head, man. Like it said in, I believe it's Isaiah 61, okay?
I'll get that.
60, actually.
Let's get that. You got more?
No, that was it.
Come on, Isaiah 61, okay? It says, "The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach the good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, and to proclaim liberty to the captives, the opening of the prison to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, the day of the vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, oil for joy, and mourning, for the garments of praise, for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called the trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that He might be glorified." So, if you understand what this is really going into, this is what you would call the so-called, this is what you would call, almost like the gospel, man. Now, if you really want to say, in the book of Luke chapter 4 and 18, Yahushua, when He was beginning His ministry, what He did was He stood up and He read this book right here, Isaiah, okay, the book of Isaiah. Now, it wasn't 61 because we know that there were no verses and stuff, but He read this specific text, right? Now we're gonna keep reading what He read. "And they shall build up the waste, they shall raise up the former desolations, they shall repair the waste cities, the desolation for many generations." Verse 5, "And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of aliens shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. But you shall be named the priests of the Lord. Men shall call you ministers of our God. You shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and their glory shall you boast yourself." So hey, it just literally, this is a prophecy concerning Yahushua. He literally just said that strangers are going to stand and feed our flocks, and sons of aliens, meaning these other nations, Okay, because they the aliens. Like the brother said that a people that we do not know shall serve us. So guess what? They're going to be doing this, just like we was in their vineyards. Okay, feeding their horses, feeding their cows, attending to their flocks, plowing their vineyards, dressing everything and making sure that everything was good. And then they just come up in there and reap it. And then we ain't get none of that, man. You know. Well, the Most High said that's going to be for them now. This going to flip. You know, and we're going to be called the ministers of the Most High, the priests of the Most High, right? And we're going to boast ourselves in that day. We're going to be proud, man. You know, hey, we're going to be proud against these heathen. We're going to deal with them very, very proudly. They're going to fear us, man. You know, that's why it says in Isaiah 60 that we will be the eternal excellency. Let's get that. I want to just kind of bring that out, and I got Isaiah 60 just says. Yeah, whereas this is verse Isaiah 60:15. Whereas thou wast forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations. So the Most High is gonna make us an eternal excellency, man. Meaning, hey, we're gonna be pretty much your top tip people on earth. Like we're gonna be so glorious, man. Like we're gonna be so it's gonna be beautiful, man. The children of Israel. Hey, everybody wants to be like us. Mm-hmm. We in the bottom of society, slums and ghettos, niggas. We ain't got no possession in the earth. Yet still people like they want to be like us. They want to watch our movies. Mm-hmm. They want to dress like us. They want to speak like us. They want to rap like us. They want to talk like anything you could think of, right? Hey, I believe in the book of Sirach it says, if a man who is in poverty is respected, how much more is he going to be respected when he has riches? So, hey, when we get riches and we get our full potential, we don't have anybody ruling over us, all right? We got spiritual bodies, okay? We got power, and we're going to be like something we've never seen, man. It's going to be like a utopia. It's going to be like gods. You're going to be gods on earth. Straight up, the nation is going to be looking at you like straight gods, man. That's some crazy. Yeah.
I might also say, and for the man who is ruling, and people only respect him because it's money. Mm-hmm. Imagine when that man doesn't have anybody. He's gonna be completely and utterly just despised.
Despised, man. Esau, man. He said, "I made thee small among the heathen; thou art greatly despised." Though he's like the top person on earth right now with the most money. He's the elites. He got possession of the whole earth. Yet people still hate this man. Man, when this man gets in captivity, he's going to go to hell, man. He's in hell. He's done, man. And let me get this in Ezekiel 36:5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and all Idumea, which have appointed my land to their possession, with joy of their hearts, with despiteful minds to cast out the prey. So the Most High says he's spoken against the residue of the heathen and all Idumea, because they've appointed his land into their possession. Like the land of Israel right now, they have appointed that into their hands, which is not even their land, that's our land. But they've claimed it, right? I'm going to go to 7. Thus saith the Lord God, I have lifted up mine hand. Surely the heathen that are round about you shall bear their shame. But you, O mountains of Israel, you shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people of Israel, for they are the hands to come. For behold, I am for you, and I will turn unto you, and you shall be tilled and sown. And I will multiply men upon you, all the house of Israel, even all of it. The city shall be inhabited, the waste shall be builded up by who? The heathen. And I will multiply upon you men and beasts, and they shall increase and bring fruit. I will settle you after your old estates, and you shall do better than at your beginning, and you shall know that I am Yahweh. Hey, he said, I'm gonna do better than you two than I did for you guys in the beginning. So even in the beginning of times, in the time of King Solomon, King David, we was living very, very good. You know, I mean, one of the best kingdoms in history, you would say, man. Probably the best kingdom in history was almost King Solomon. He says he's gonna do us better than that. Verse 12, yea, I will cause men to walk upon you, even my people Israel. Now he's talking to Esau now, man. This is what he's saying to Esau. I will cause men to walk upon you, even my people Israel, and they shall possess thee, and thou shalt be their inheritance, and thou shalt no more bereave them of men. Thus saith Yahweh, because they say unto you, thou land devourest of men, and thou bereavest thy nations. Therefore, thou shalt devour men no more, neither bereave thy nations any more, saith the Lord. Neither will I cause men to hear in thee the shame of the heathen any more, neither shalt thou be a reproach of the people any more, neither shalt thou cause nations to fall any more, saith the Lord God. So he's talking to Esau. He's saying, you're no longer gonna bereave the nations of men. You're no longer gonna bereave the Israelites of men. So these other heathen, specifically Esau, Edom, he's gonna be in hardcore subjection. We're gonna keep him in like hell, man. All right? He's not gonna be able to touch none of the children of Israel. You're not gonna hear about no lynchings. You're not gonna hear about another Israelite who pretty much was trying to hang out with Edomites, and the Israelite he kind of he accidentally got hung. Come on, man. You gonna talk about this dude literally got hung on accident? You guys have nothing to do with it, man. That stuff happens out here, man. Hey, they went on a boat ride and Jake never comes back. That stuff literally happens out here, man. We're not gonna hear about that. This says these other nations are no longer gonna bereave us of men. It says, "Thou shalt no more devour men, neither bereave the nations anymore at all." So not even the nations are gonna have to worry about Esau's wicked ass, man. They're not gonna have to worry about Esau's ass trying to go in their nations and enforce just all type of laws that is just stupid.
Yeah.
Esau has ridiculous sanctions, man.
Got a precept up for you.
Go on. You go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So this is Job chapter 20:15. All right. It says, "He has swallowed down," and this is talking about Esau. All right. "He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. God shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers and floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it up. According to his substance shall the restitution be. He shall not rejoice therein, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired." And that is surely talking about Esau, because he goes into people. Basically, he just told you that surely he, verse 19 again, "Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not." So, even from back in, I don't remember the time period, but he came on boats. Christopher Columbus, being an Edomite, he came on boats and completely ravished the North America, man. And he took basically the Gadites' house. This was their house at the time, but he ravished them and took it all away. And that's not just talking about one time period, but many time periods throughout history. So it just told you that he's gonna have to restore all that, and that's gonna come. Esau's going to have to restore all that he stole. He's going to have to give back double by laboring, man.
That's right, man.
But if you got a precept, I'll go and get this. This is Job chapter 24 and 24. It says, "They are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way Slakia, out of the way as all other, and cut off as the tops of the ears of corn. And if it be not so, now who will make me a liar and make my speech nothing worth?" So the Lord said, they're exalted for a little time. All right, they're exalted for a little time, but they're just going to be taken out the way at the end. Okay, so that there's no reason to really worry, because the Lord, he surely is going to bring his children out of captivity. The children of Israel, he's going to return that captivity, and then the captivity is going to reverse and fall upon Edom. All right, and all the other nations for that matter, but especially Edom. Go.
Jeremiah 30:16. "Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity.
Yeah.
And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and they that prey upon thee will I give for a prey." Come on. So it says that those that devour us, they will be devoured. So those who pretty much have taken away, stripped away from us our nationality, stripped away from us our heritage, stripped away from us our everything that was precious to us, man. Children, bamboozled us with all their religions, forced us to just become destroyed through drugs in our communities. Just anything you could think of. These people have detrimentally damaged the state of our people. We're so in a bad state right now because they devoured us, man. Use us up, and then just threw us like a dirty rag. You know, it says every one of them shall go into captivity. They that spoil thee shall be for a spoil, and they that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. So they're gonna have to, they're gonna have to get that too. You know, that's what the Lord works with. He works with righteous recompense, righteous reward, righteous revenge. That's exactly why Revelation 13:9 says what it says. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. This is the patience and the faith of the saints. That's paraphrasing it, but hey, that's the scriptures is true. Everybody wants to act like, oh, nah, Jesus came on the earth. It's something different now. Everybody, no, Yahweh Shai is coming to put you in slavery. The scriptures just said that the Lord says that the heathen are going to become his inheritance. Right? It says that he's going to have an everlasting kingdom, and all nations will serve him. With Israelites under that, right? You know.
Let me bring this one out. It's Isaiah chapter 65 and 21. It says, "And they shall build houses and inhabit them. They shall plant vineyards and eat of the fruit of them. They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of the tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands." So, as the Lord said, we're not going to plant and then not eat of anything, man. Basically, we're not going to sow and then another reap the benefits. Because we was just reading, and I'm going to bring it out again to just bring it out again. This is Amos chapter 9. Give me a second here. Amos chapter 9 and going back to 11. Well, 13. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper." So we're not going to be the people who plow, and sow and basically labor to get increase, and then somebody else just take the increase, man. That's not what's going to happen. We're going to actually, according to scripture and prophecy, we're going to have other people, this is righteous recompense. So we're going to have our slaves, other heathen, they're going to sow, man, all right? And they're going to basically build houses, and we're going to dwell in them now, They're going to plant vineyards and trees and gardens, and we're going to eat of that thing, man.
That's right,
man. So that's what that's going into, man.
Isaiah, you got precept?
Yeah, a little bit more. Verse 23, "They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth trouble, for trouble. For they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord, and their offspring with them." So we bless people,
That's right, man. Isaiah 49:22. "Thus saith the Lord God, behold, I will lift up my hand to the Gentiles, and set up my standard to the people. They shall bring their sons in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders. And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord. They shall not be ashamed that wait for me." Cool. So the Most High says that their sons and their daughters will be pretty much, we're going to be using them, carried on our shoulders. But it says they're their kings today. Your kings will so-called be like the elites. Who else, man? Your so-called top rulers and stuff like that, whatever. Well, they're going to be nursing fathers, man. Okay, they're not going to be rich. They're not going to be important. They're just going to be some pappies, man. As they will say, man. And they're queens. They're nursing mothers. So your top Edomite woman and your other nation women who act like they are they got something going, man, for themselves. They're feminists and all this type. Well, they're going to be turned to nursing mothers. Nothing but a goddamn, what do you call that, man? A nanny, right? Is that called nanny? Yeah. You know how we used to have to be that for the Edomite babies, man? Like, our woman, like Aunt Jamina, right? You have all these other type of figures that our women, you got the Big Mama, right? Big Mama. Pretty much that's what they're going to be for us. They're going to be taking care of our children, watching them 24/7, making sure they get raised up right. And then even the fathers, because we used to be like a little entertainment for the damn Edomite babies, man. They used to like to see old school Jake out here probably do some type of magic trick or something.
Right.
Because you know we kind of talented, so you know we kind of put on a show, and you know what I'm saying, tell some type of some nice little story, smooth. That's what these Edomites wanted us to do for their children, man. Well, they're gonna be doing that for us, man. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna lick up the dust of thy feet. They bow their face towards the earth, and they're gonna lick up the dust of our feet to know that I am the Lord, for they shall not be ashamed that way from me. So they're gonna bow for the earth and lick up the dust of our boots, man. They're gonna be licking boots, and it might just get kicked in the face, man. You know?
Right.
Really, at the end of the day, is what's gonna happen. I want to get this in Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and will set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess the land, shall possess them in the land of the Lord, for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So that the prophecy is that the Most High is going to end up having mercy on His children. He's going to put us in our own land. Strangers are going to be there with us, the remnant, but they're going to be taken, right? And we're going to possess them in the land of the Lord, the kingdom of heaven, for servants and handmaids. And we're going to rule over all those who oppress us. The roles are going to reverse, and we're going to be the glorious eternal excellency, man. Oh, you got a precept?
Yeah, let me see here. We go to 2 Samuel chapter 22 and 28. It says, "And the afflicted people thou wilt save, but thine eyes are upon the haughty. Thou mayest bring them down." So the Lord said that He's going to save the people who are afflicted. And throughout the word, you know that the afflicted people are the children of Israel, because who's the people who afflict us? You know, our enemies round about. So the Lord's coming back to save a certain people. And He says, "But thine eyes are upon the haughty, that mayest bring them down." And these other nations, they're proud, you know. They're proud because what they have, because what the Lord basically gave them for the time being. But the Lord is going to smite them down because they really don't have anything to be proud about, you know. But the Lord's coming back to smite all the proud. Who is a proud man upon the earth, you know? Set himself up to be like God, you know. That's Edom, right? The so-called white man. He does it at a very high level, you know. So he's definitely going to be smote down by the Lord, all right. But I mean, if you had a precept, I'll bring this one out too. But
You can bring it up.
so like you was going into, basically, we was the one who had to be the nursing fathers and the nursing mothers, man. But now that role is gonna reverse. Like you said, our older Jakes might have been talented, you know, and the Edomite kids might want some type of entertainment. All right, but let me bring this out. Psalms chapter 137:1. "By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yea, we wept. We remembered Zion." Okay, and keep in mind that everything that happened to us is going to basically reverse, you know, in times 2 at that. So these Babylonians, you know, the modern day Babylonians, they might be sitting somewhere, man, remembering America, you know, sweet of America, you know. That might be them. In verse 2, "We hang our harps upon the wilderness in the midst thereof, for there they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, Sing us one of the songs of Zion." So, you know, they required some type of entertainment. Whenever these kids, these Edomite kids, they wanted entertainment, they required it, man. Whether it was child or one of their ancients, they required it, you know. Now, we're not going to really look at the Edomites and say, look, they're good at it for entertainment. We're not going to say, look, these guys, they got salt, we need them to wake up in the middle of the night and do something. We're just going to do it for fun, you know. We're going to kind of chill out, but we're just going to do it for fun. You guys have nothing to really give. But again, you guys are going to have to reap what you guys sowed, you know. So basically, again, that might be you guys. You know, you might just be sitting somewhere damn weeping because America the Great's gone. All right?
Yeah. So I want to get this in the book of Luke chapter 16:19. This is a parable of Yahushua. Yahushua literally going to tell you that these nations, you know, that Esau really. There was a certain rich man clothed in purple with fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores. Right? and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell down from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. So this rich man, all right, you're going to find out Yahweh Shai, he's literally talking about Esau, right? Right, he fared sumptuously every day, meaning he lived lavishly every day. But the Lazarus, who is the beggar, okay, that's the children of Israel. We are the beggars, man. Right? We are in the bottom society. And it says that we were full of sores. It says, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs that fell down from the rich man's table. Because, hey, you know, we just want to get by here, man. You know, we are just thriving off of Esau's low jobs. You know what I'm saying? We thriving in the hoods. We thriving in the ghettos. We thriving on, you know, even if it's middle class, we getting the crumbs of what Esau's really getting out there, man. You know? It says, and it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. And the rich man died also and was buried, right? So this is really going to go also to the destruction, right? So this is when all hell breaks loose, the resurrection. Whoever dies is going to be raised back up, right? It's the resurrection, right? And hell, he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, seeing Abraham afar off, Lazarus in his bosom, and he cried and said, Father, Abraham, have mercy on me. It said, send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in the water and cool my tongue, for I'm tormented with the flame. Right? So Esau's going to be going through so much hell and slavery. You know, he's going to get so much torment in slavery. And he says that even happy shall he be that dasheth thy little ones their heads against a stone. And this might get a little kind of out of proportion for some people, man.
Right.
But you know, this is the truth. We actually gonna be taking Edomite babies and dashing their head against a stone. Psalm chapter 137. So they're gonna be going through straight hell, man. And they're gonna talk to Abraham, talking about, hey, have the children of Israel. Really gonna be talking to the Lord, saying, hey, have the children of Israel have mercy on us, man, because they're not showing us no mercy. Because you know Jake is finna, when Jake gets an opportunity at these Edomites, it's I can't say it's over, man. You got Jakes that are really mad out here, man. Hey, I'm mad. But you got Jakes that are really finna be mad. So Esau's really gonna be trying to get some mercy. Let's read that again. He cries that, Father Abraham, have mercy on me. And send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of my finger in the water and the cool off my tongue, for I'm tormented by this flame. But Abraham said, Son, remember thou in thy lifetime, receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. So hey, he's gonna say, hey, remember when you was in Babylon the Great, you was the top ruler on earth, you owned the whole entire earth, you lived lavish, and eat, and the children of Israel, they was living like nothing. So it's like, hey, it's your turn. It's your turn to live like hell, and it's their turn to actually live lavish. That's the Lord Yahweh Shai putting in a parable that, hey, Esau and Jacob. Because, hey, what is the whole prophecy? What is everything about? Everybody wants to go with everything else. Hey, what's the whole Bible about? What did it start off with? The book of Genesis started out with Esau and Jacob. That's what it started out with. And how is it going to end? This is the book of 2nd Ezra. Okay? Chapter 6 and 9. Everyone's trying to make the Bible so deep. Hey, at the end of the day, it's super simple. It's about Esau and Jacob. It says, 2nd Ezra 6 and starting at 7. Then I answered, what shall be the parting asunder of times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? So Ezra wanted to know, when is it going to be the parting asunder, meaning the transition of time? When are we going to go from this kingdom into the kingdom of heaven, right? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, symbolizing that when Esau was coming out the womb, Jacob held on the heel of Esau, symbolizing that we was going to pull them down, man. They was going to get ahead of us for a while, but we was going to end up at the end of the day pulling them down, man, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Esau is going to be the end of this kingdom, and then Jacob will be the beginning of it that followeth. That's the whole conclusion of everything, really comes back to Esau and Jacob. He that leadeth in captivity shall go into captivity. Hey, it says the cup is going to pass over to Esau, man. This is the book of Lamentations.
Can I get this real quick?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Unless that was short.
No, this one's short right here. This is short. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and 22. It says, Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup shall pass through thee. Thou shalt be drunken. Thou shalt make thyself naked. Okay, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So the cup, which is all the hell, is going to pass over to them. And our accomplishment, our iniquity is almost finished, man. So Israelites, yeah, hey, Israel, you got to keep pushing. Hey, Esau, hey, get ready for slavery, man. You know?
So this is Psalms chapter 82 and 1. It says, God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods. How long will ye judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Salah. So right now, as we're in our captivity, it seems like the Lord, he kind of forsook us, you know? And that's what a lot of so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans think, that the Lord just ain't dealing with them, you know? It seems that he, let me read it one more time. How long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? It seems like the Lord, he's actually helping out Esau. It seems like Esau's being blessed, you know? He has the skyscrapers and high places, high mountains, and this man has all the money. This man has all, like, authority, you know, and he's not being smoked down. You know, it's been a damn 400-year reign. And plus, you know, so we're kind of like, you know, why the Lord kind of judging like this, you know? But it's coming to an end. It says, defend, verse 3, defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and to the needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. You see? So this is basically a psalm of Asaph, all right? And he's saying, defend the poor and fatherless, which is us, man, all right? And do justice to the afflicted and needy. Deliver the poor and the needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. And again, man, this is, again, like one of the Song of David in 2 Samuel 22. Basically, who are the wicked men? Those, basically, Salakia, chiefly Esau, but all the other nations, man, they all put us into captivity. And the Lord said, well, Asaph is saying, you know, rid us out, you know. Verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. So this Edomite, he has all the foundations of the earth out of course, man. He has all type of wickedness going on, you know. You can be a homosexual and that's okay. You could be a transgender and that shouldn't have ever been a thing. You know, you could do all type of malice. And that's really us walking in darkness. Well, them knowing not and not understanding. All right, and that was about it right there.
Man. I want to get this last precept. Isaiah 49:13. Sing, O heavens, and be joyful, O earth. Break forth into singing, O mountains, for the Lord hath comforted his people, and had mercy upon his afflicted. But Zion said, the Lord hath forsaken me, the Lord hath forgotten me. Can a woman forget her sucking child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yea, they may forget, but I will not forget. So the Most High is pretty much saying, hey, pretty much Zion thinks that the Lord forgot about us. Israelites think the Lord forgot, man. They just think the Lord is not dealing with us. He just is just gone. You know, he's just not hearing us. Well, he says, can a woman forget her child, man? Nah, he said he's gonna actually remember, man. So we just have to wait, because the Most High surely does remember all the iniquities. That's why he said in Revelation 18, I remember the iniquity of the daughter of Babylon, man. So hey, like I said, the cup is about to pull over to the Edomites, and we finna get the kingdom of the Most High God of Israel. You know, you got any precepts?
No, it is it.
Come on, man. So hopefully, you know, the video is edifying. You know, hopefully, you know, you learn something about the slavery that's coming to the nations and how we gonna get the slaves, right? Right, because like it's a righteous thing. Slavery is not something bad. Esau just made it out to be something bad. You know, he wants to go on the earth and be like, hey, you know, he wants to do the slavery, but then he wants to go and tell people, oh, that's a bad thing. Nobody should do it anymore. Like a damn devil, man. Like, you done did it, now you don't want nobody else to do it. It's like, hey, you gonna get it though, man. Anyways, till next time, Shalom.
Shalom.